Catherine Kelly, and today I'm here to talk to you about my 2017 beauty favorites. So these are the products that I've been loving throughout 2017 and can't imagine myself in 2018 not using them. I have quite a few things to mention. I'm going to start with the palettes that I have. The first palette I have is probably not very well known. I will try to find it online and link it down below, but it's, I believe, by the brand FR. And this is their 15 Eyeshadow Pro palette. So basically, when you open it up, there's 15 shades in here, variety of shimmer and mattes. They do sell this palette in like 4 different shades or varieties. So this one is one of the more colorful ones. I picked it because it does have some neutrals, but then there's also some more colorful shades. Some of my favorites, and I'll swatch them for you, is this this light purple down here at the bottom. And if I swatch that for you, it looks like this, and it's like really pretty all over the lid. I really like that one. And then sometimes I also use it as my like cheekbone highlight. And then there is also the red, which I really like, and I have a little tiny bit of that in the crease, and as you can see, it's super pigmented and just performs really well on the eyes too, so that's great. Okay, the next palette I have to talk about is probably not a surprise for anybody that knows me, but it's the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe Brushes. This palette has been my most used palette of the year for sure. I honestly didn't get it until pretty late in the year. I got it at IMATS Vancouver in October. But I have to say, every single time I've done my makeup since October, I've used this palette. Whether it's just one shade or I use it for the entire eye look, I have used it every single time for sure. So I just love that there is like, you have this like more colorful corner down here, but then the whole palette is like more of like a neutral palette, so it's really easy to use for every day. But some of my favorite shades are, I'm sorry, I don't have the one with the name on the back, so it's a little bit harder to remember, but I love this like shimmery green shade down here, and I'll swatch that for you. That's really pretty on the lid with like as a smoky eye. And then the third down in the first row is, I think, my favorite shade in the entire palette because I use it all the time on my eyes, but I also use it probably 50% of the time I do my makeup as my cheekbone highlight too, and it's stunning. Okay, the next palette I have to talk to you about is this Quo Face palette. It's called Heat It Up, and basically what it is it has 6 shades, 3 blushes, or maybe 4 blushes, a highlight, and a bronzer. I tend to use this one up here as my, like, I put it under my eyes after I've done my concealer sometimes. And then this is my favorite blush out of the palette. I'm not a huge fan of really bright pinks or really light pinks, but sometimes if I want something slightly different than this more neutral shade right here, I will like mix it in with a little bit of this lighter one right here. The bronzer, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's definitely my most used shade out of the palette, and I love it. Another eye product I have to mention is this liquid liner. This is the Mary Kay liquid eyeliner pen. I am not a huge liquid liner user. I don't do wings all the time. I don't use liquid liner every time I do my makeup. But when I do, I want one that's fairly matte and really black, and I don't have to worry about it being like dried up the next time I go to use it. So I have this one, and I've had it for probably, I want to say 3 months now, and it's still really black and performs really well. So I'm never disappointed anytime I use it. So I will be taking this into 2018 and even having a goal to use it a little bit more, because I probably should use liquid liner a little bit more than I do. Okay, so moving on to face products, I have a couple of foundations to talk about. The first one is this Quo Age Excellence foundation. I've been using this for the majority of the year, and I really like it. I bought it because it was on sale, not really for its anti-aging properties or anything like that, but I do find that using an anti-aging foundation just smooths over your pores and your imperfections a little bit easier, or a little bit smoother and nicer than a regular foundation. So it's harder to spot those imperfections and pores than you normally would using a different foundation. So I've been really liking this, and as soon as I'm done, I'm definitely going to be getting another one so I can use it in 2018. I would say my absolute favorite foundation of the year has to be this NYX Mineral Stick Foundation. So I have it in the shade 05. I have a new one that I haven't opened yet, but this is beautiful on the skin. It slides across really great without feeling greasy or anything like that, and I find that it's really easy to blend out, and it has the perfect coverage for me on like an everyday basis. I have been loving it because it's just so easy to use, so I had to buy a backup before I left Vancouver to be able to make sure I had another one when my other one runs out, which is going to be pretty soon, so I'm glad I got that. And as far as concealer, I have this Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer and Corrector. So I've really been loving this lately, and normally I wouldn't use such a full coverage concealer under my eyes, but with the shade I have, it's perfect for all over my face. So I've been using it for my imperfections, which it works great, like any blemishes or anything like that. It covers it up great. But then I've also been using it under my eyes with like 1 or 2 dots of a lighter concealer, and it's just perfect. It looks really smooth, and I've really been enjoying that. So I know that I think they're discontinuing it, but it is still available on Sephora, so I'm going to pick up another one, and if you're thinking about getting it, it is on sale right now, so just in case they do end up discontinuing it. And then as far as contour, I have this LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I've been using the shade Medium Beige as a contour color. So I've been using this pretty much anytime I want a cream contour. It's not super dark, but it does blend out really well, and just gives you that nice shadow that you'd need for your contour. So I've been using this anytime I'm going out doing makeup a little bit more dramatic than I normally do, and I've been using this every single time. So I've been really loving this for 2017. One more face product to talk about that I've really been loving is this Nye Luxury Powder. I have it in the colorless shade, so it's just the white shade, and I've been really loving it. So it has by far been my favorite powder of the year. I haven't tried the Laura Mercier one yet, but I have the RCMA No Color Powder, and that one is pretty inexpensive and it's a really good deal, but I've been liking the Nye one better. The Nye one is pretty hard to get a hold of. I did get it at IMAT, but it is fairly inexpensive. It was only $14 for this jar, and it just smooths everything out. I love it for baking underneath my eyes. I also use it to carve out my contour right here. And it's just been working out really well for me, and I'm really happy with it. So I'll definitely be using this throughout 2018. Okay, now moving on to lip products. I have quite a few to mention, but really only in 2 categories. So I have been loving the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipsticks. I only have these 4 shades, but I have been wearing all of these so much. Let me just go through the shades that I have. So I have this pink one, it's called Bauhaus. And then I have Lolita, of course. This is my go-to nude lip color. And then I have this one called Dreamer, which is like a turquoise blue. This is really stunning on the lips, but it's also really pretty on the eyes. I've been using it actually as a base for the Jada shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette, and that has been really nice. Good combo. And then this one is called Wolf, and this is like a gray. Sometimes it looks a little bit blue, but I think it is gray. And this is stunning. I wear this on the lips a fair bit actually, and then sometimes I'll also use it as like a liquid liner on my eyes if I'm looking for something a little less harsh than black, and that's really nice. I also wanted to mention this Vaseline Lip Butter. This is like basically the only lip balm that I use, and it's amazing. This one specifically, I know the label is ripped off. It's gone through some wear and tear. But this is the cocoa butter one, and it is really good. I use it at night before I go to bed, sorry, and also before I'm getting ready and when I get up and all that stuff. It's really great. So those are my 2017 favorites and my most used products of the year. I just wanted to say thank you for watching if you did. I am just starting this YouTube channel, so if you have any feedback or comments, leave them down below and I would really appreciate that. So again, I just wanted to say thank you if you watched, and I'll see you next time. Bye!